Imagine waking up one morning to a political landscape where the usual blue and red hues have been replaced by a kaleidoscope of colors. A coalition government in the United States in 2024? Sounds wild, right? But let's dive into this idea, because it's not as far-fetched as it might seem. The traditional two-party system has been our political norm for so long that the thought of a coalition feels like stepping into uncharted territory. But with the increasing polarization and a shifting electoral landscape, we might just be on the brink of something new. First off, let's talk about power sharing. In a coalition, no single party would hold all the cards. Picture this: Democrats teaming up with independents or moderate Republicans to create a governing majority. It's like a political potluck. Everyone brings a dish and they all have to agree on what's served. This kind of collaboration could lead to a more balanced approach to governance, where extreme views are tempered in favor of compromise. We could see Democrats and Republicans working together on issues like healthcare and climate change, negotiating their way to the center instead of shouting past one another. Now, let's dig into the nitty-gritty of compromise on policy agendas. A coalition government would mean that both sides have to negotiate their priorities, which could lead to a legislative agenda that isn't just a reflection of the loudest voices in the room. Imagine the potential for bipartisan initiatives on infrastructure or education reform. It's a chance for real progress, but it comes with the caveat that both sides will have to give a little to get a little. And then there's the idea of shared leadership roles. This could change the dynamics in Congress entirely. Instead of one party having a monopoly on leadership positions, we could see a Speaker of the House from one party, while key committee chairs are held by coalition partners. It would be a true exercise in collaboration. But it also raises the stakes. Every decision would require buy-in from multiple factions, making negotiations a daily reality. One of the most intriguing aspects of a coalition government would be the increased role for third parties and independents. These voices, often sidelined in our current system, could become pivotal players. Imagine figures like Bernie Sanders or a Green Party representative wielding significant influence. Their support could be the difference between a bill passing or failing, which means they could demand concessions that might reshape legislation in ways we haven't seen before. But let's be real. Coalition governments can be notoriously unstable. When you have multiple parties with different agendas, things can get messy. If one faction feels ignored or sidelined, they could pull their support, leading to gridlock or even a government collapse. It's a bit like a high-stakes game of Jenga. One wrong move and the whole thing could come crashing down. Then there's the impact on the 2024 presidential election itself. Candidates would need to think beyond their party lines, courting potential coalition partners to build a winning strategy. This could open the door for independent candidates who might see a chance to capitalize on the divided support between the traditional parties. In essence, while coalition governments are a common sight in parliamentary systems, they're a rarity in the U.S. But as we approach 2024, the idea of a coalition isn't just a pipe dream. It's a possibility worth considering. It's a chance for a new kind of politics, one that prioritizes collaboration over conflict, compromise over division. Sure, it could be messy, unpredictable, and filled with challenges, but isn't that better than the gridlock we often see? The future of American politics might just depend on our willingness to embrace this change.